All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab is in the house. Welcome back to the channel. Look at this. Yeah, you're right. You click on the right video. This is about accessorizing, customizing your medium format camera. In this case, I got a Fuji GW690 Mark III. And here she is. You know, they call it the Texas Leica. I call it the Cathedral of Clarity because you know, it's not just a camera. This is the connection between light and memory. It's a 6x9 centimeters medium format camera. It is pure truth because you know, the negative is so big that even your doubts are gonna get resolved into that much detail that this thing is capable of producing. So I'm gonna dress up this beast right over here. But first of all, I want to tell you something, because this is about respect and, you know, it's about looking good as well. So respect for the process, respect for the light, and respect for the real. First of all, we got to do something like about the crown. And here, you know, since you have a hot shoe, I like to put this thing. This is from Nikon. It's a leather with some metal parts, ASC02. It's a hot shoe cover and just fits perfectly. It is just, you know, you deserve a little bit of style. And, you know, I shoot Nikon since 1994. So, yeah, I think it has to embed a little bit of that spirit. How cool is this? You know, even when I'm not using the flash, if I'm using a flash, of course, I'm going to use some trigger like this. Or if I'm not, maybe this one I could use, you know, it just slides in. It's a hot shoe cover with a bubble level. It's pretty cool. Or if you want, just like a plain old black one, just to protect the camera. But I like, you know, this one because it's Nikon. Like, you might be wondering, what is this little thing over here? Yeah, it's a Nikon pouch which has, check this out, Nikon DR-5, made in Japan, when they used to do stuff like really well in Japan. This is a right angle finder with a focusing element and a magnifying lens. You can see, right? So this is spectacular, and it's my go-to for this camera. Basically, you just unscrew the eyepiece like so. You carefully put it away, and this, you just screw it in. It happens to be absolutely perfect. Would you look at this? Then you can even orient it for easy storage. Also, you can orient this for easy vertical shots. Shoot vertical, and you use this button over here, so just like this. See what I mean? You focus and look through the finder exactly like this. Also, when you do exactly this, now you're not going to see because you're going to see just the light, but it's going to magnify twice that tiny rangefinder patch of yours, and you're going to be very, very happy to be able to see with much more clarity, twice as much, I must say. It is about, you know, you know, having a bow. Not because you're submitting to something, but because you're checking out a new perspective. So, you know, I look from a different point of view with this thing, because you just lower the height of the camera. And that's, you know, pretty massive if you ask me. You know, the world changes and your angle shifts. So, you know, remember that the truth is not always seen head on. So check that out. Nikon DR-5, sometimes you have to change your angle to really see what is out there. Next up, I've got, you know, this thing over here. So this is the original Fuji non-cap, which is friction, so it's plastic on the telescopic lens hood. So which is, you see something like that, it doesn't really work. So for me, this is, I don't know, it's much better, just a generic 67mm cap, right? Something like that, with a pinching, which you can just, you know, snap on there, and that's it, you know. It doesn't fight the hood. You know, it's a very, very secure and gentle handshake, you know, no drama. You just, you know, goes in and goes out. So this is a pretty neat addition, I would say. But instead of that, you know, I would recommend some of these guys over here. Like I have UV, mainly like protection filter. This is from B&W. All right. So these are very cool quality and comes with this pouch right over here. So it's pretty spot on. Another filter that I recommend is the also like from B&W, happens to be like an ND filter, because if you want to use some of those you know, fast speed, fast aperture with a fast film in daylight, how are you going to do it? This goes to 500 of a second, as you can see, right over here. So it's a bit limited if you want to shoot wide open, I mean. Then I recommend the 81A filter, which I am going to mount because you know what's happening. So this is recommended with some Kodak E100. This is a little bit cold, so it benefits from a 81A filter. You know, these are the one that I would recommend, and then, you know, I would just pop this guy on, and these are going to be in the bag. So, you know, next up, we got this. This is a quick release plate, but be careful, guys. This is not, it's Arca Swiss, 100%, but it's not the Arca Swiss that you think about, because this is the monoball fix, which is very different than the classic Arca Swiss. So this one has a very secure system, which I'm going to show you in a second, and this is the quick release plate. All right, so this one installs exactly as you would imagine, like here. But, you know, in this case, I just brought something fancy for the occasion. This is a pretty cool screwdriver, if you ask me. It would be my go-to screwdriver. And you can just align and just give it, you know, a little bit of a tightening right over there. And then you just use this. You know, this is very quick, as the name suggests. I'm just gonna attach it to the tripod. You know, there's not gonna be any fidgeting on that. It's about the flow when you use it. And with this, you know, you just click and you're in position, you're ready to witness the world unfolding in your eyes. And of course, this is a Jitsu GK-TBB1. You know, it's a tripod, yeah, but also it's kind of like the meditation cushion for the camera, baby. And on top, you know, this little clamp, it's very, very precise and just snaps onto place like this. So it has a quick release in 2 steps. So the second step, of course, releases, but as soon as it's in, without even locking, it can only slide with the stop pin in on each side. It's never gonna go, it's never gonna fall unless you fully extend it and release it. But as long as it's here, it's very safe. It slides, it doesn't fall off. Then, if you don't want it to slide, you just lock it in place and doesn't move at all. So really, really cool. This is the current, you know, state. Next up, of course, we got this guy. I'm just gonna show you. We don't need this right now, but I just want to show you this a little bit more in detail. This is a Silvestri, also Linov. It's not marked either, but I think it came with a Silvestri box, so made in Italy, made for long exposure, and I mean longer than I would say with this thing, longer than a 30th of a second. I would just probably use this thing, and this is like a whisper, right? You click it and it comes out. It's a pretty cool shutter release cable. I would say 45 centimeters, and it's the perfect length. This is, as you can see, spinning. So you just screw it into this hole on the shutter button. There's no hole on the vertical button right over there. So you just screw it in, and you just shoot away. Plus, it has a B pose, not the camera. The camera has only a T pose, sadly. But this is also good for B poses. So you just unscrew this little part until it just pops out and starts like, you know, going up and down. And then, you see, this is going to be locking the bulb, the B pose, until you press it down. So it's going to be the end of the B pose. So pretty cool tool. If you want just to do regularly, you just have to screw it down all the way. So pretty cool shutter cable release indeed. So, you know, there's a little mod that I did, and it's with this tape. I already did it, but I thought that I can share it with you, and I'm just gonna remove this cable for the time being. Yeah, because if you see right inside, I've added a little bit of tape, so there is an extra fraction of a millimeter between the hood and the actual barrel over here, so that the hood, it doesn't go back, and it stays out when I extend it, and just needs just a little rotation, and it's going to be pushed back in. Otherwise would have fallen out because it was pretty loose. So it's a honest mod, a little detail. It's a trick that you know, also eliminates some flare, because it's a little bit more matte than the regular matte coating that you have already inside the hood. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you see, it just needs to rotate it a little bit more to get it inside. Oh no, now you see. Like this, yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna stay in place. And you know, this is how to say, this is it's not a camera for everyone. Oh, actually, before saying what I think about the camera real quick, let me show you how to load this thing. This is what I wanted to do in the first place. So I have this little tab from the box that is gonna be right over here. It's not the correct one, but yeah, it's gonna be all right. How to load the GW or G690 or 680 or 670. Don't bang it on the table. I just noticed there's a little bit of dirt, and we don't want that, so I'm just gonna use this thing, and I'm just gonna use this thing over here to clean it, because this is the pressure plate and needs to be absolutely perfect. Okay, just spray it a little bit away from the camera, of course. Here we go. Be gentle. Okay. All right. So, how to load E100 Kodak? You just rip the seal and then gently remove the seal. Make sure you remove it fully. Okay, so just be thorough like that. Don't leave any residue. Unfold and leave this tab. You will notice that the tab has a little crease right over there. Just keep that. Usually, when you open the camera, it means somebody had just finished the roll. So the spool, which is going to become now the take-up spool, which was the previous spool inside the roll, like this one, is going to become this, changing anicca. This is going to be transferred into this other side, like so. And this one is going to be going into this side, like so. Then you just align and you feel it, and you push the button right over here from below. And the same is going to be done on the other side. So you just feel it, and when it's in, you just push it in. So the next step is going to be that you just pull the film like so, and then you remember that crease, just hold it there, and you're going to have to align the take-up spool at a little bit of a space, some angle, a little bit like this, so you can just insert the little tab right over here, and just the angle like this is just going to catch the take-up spool. Then you just pull a little bit, all right? And you're going to see the tension. Make sure at this point that your film is exactly parallel into the guides and all these buttons are pushed. When you're at this moment, you can just start to gently pull, advance the lever, and you're going to notice that some arrows are going to come up. And then you have to stop exactly at this point. There is another little arrow right over there. I like to keep the tension here and then just close this, and boom. Now the pressure plate is in place. And lock the back, and then you can just easily and gently and steadily advance to frame number 1. At this point is the point you want to make sure that you have your camera locked with the L showing position, so you're not going to be able to shoot, right? Like I was almost about to do, but I didn't. That's pretty good. So this is the camera loaded. This is the camera pimped. You see, with the easy, quick plate, quick release plate. Of course, this is also very useful because you can just angle like this, just tighten it up, and it's gonna act as a handle. So you can walk with the camera like this, right, in your hand. It's a little bit bulky, but this is sturdy. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna hold it because otherwise it unscrews, but this is gonna be the footprint when you walk around, something like this. So not too bad. And it's, you know, something very, very close to perfection, to the perfect camera. Because, you know, this would be, of course, a light meter. It would be beneficial to have when you carry around this thing, unless you can use your experience, and, you know, Sunny 16 rules always work. But what I want to say is that, you know, when you load some Ektachrome E100 into this machine, you're not just capturing an image. Remember, you're capturing existence, and because slide film doesn't lie, it doesn't interpret, it just reveals reality in layers of silver and dye, not pixel and probability of whatever. You know, AI can hallucinate reality, but this thing, you know, this is reality projected into this machine. This is the eye of film. And these are your eyes on film. So yeah, I've accessorized my Fuji. I customized it, but not for looks, for purpose and for presence. Remember, for the unfiltered joy of being there with the perfect machine, even you know, more perfecter. When the shutter clicks, and in that moment, you know, the universe just slows down, and the camera, when all the accessories, become something that I would dare to call it maybe sacred. So there you have it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.